Gamers, hello. We're right where part 3 left off. I have not played any more. I held back. Unfortunately, part 2 also did really well. But I'm sure part 3 will fall off. People won't want to watch the series after they watch part 3, and I won't have to fucking record more. So we'll leave it at that. Against all odds, I do have an update to the car inspection story. I got another trip today, and it was just as psychotic as the entire ordeal has been. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I don't understand why misfortune befalls me. Listen, I understand. Oh my god, wait, did I have to destroy this before they would stop respawning? That probably was it. I understand that sometimes I can get myself into situations. It's just the nature of living in this fucked up world of ours. I get it, right? I'm not like claiming that like no, and everything that happens to me is outside of my control and it's always everyone else's fault. No. I understand when things are my fault. Like for instance, putting Digimon World 4 on the wheel. That was my fault. I could have just not played it. I could have not put it on the wheel and then I wouldn't have to play 4 fucking parts of it. That's on me. I get that. I can admit to a mistake. But this whole car insurance to car inspection debacle, ordeal, saga, it's hard to take any form of responsibility for it because it just doesn't seem like any of this is my fault. To recap, in case you've forgotten since part 2, it's been a couple weeks. I'll catch you up. I recently bought a car from a friend, and because they moved into the city, they didn't need their car anymore. I did need a car, so I was like, great, good compromise. Your car goes to a good place. I get a car, and it's a reasonable price because it's from a friend. So I buy the car. My friend, being very diligent, very on top of her shit, not only did she print up a bill of sale so that it was all official, not only did she get it inspected right before she sold it to me, so she knew what it would need work on and like made sure everything was up to date. She did everything right, and then gave me the title, gave me the deed to the car, and I was like, great. So the next step for me was that I needed to get the car insured. I have not had car insurance in 5 or 6 years because when I was last driving, which was the year 2020, you may remember the year as the year that a reboot of Digimon Adventure came out and nothing else. But during 2020, my car broke down in the middle of an intersection, and this was like the 5th time it had happened during the course of driving this car, and I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you breaking at the most like character development possible places where it just keeps fucking me over. I'm sick of your shit. Get out of here. So I just stopped driving, and this was okay because during 2020 I was working from home, as I do now. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess I don't really need a car. I mean, Lyft and Uber exist, public transit exists. I just won't use one. And I continued like that for 5 years. The only downside is that I did have to, my office schedule is I have to go to the office once every 2 weeks, which is, and I admit this, not bad at all. That's pretty lenient. But that's mostly because, I think I'm allowed to say this part. That's because when COVID started, a lot of people moved because they were like, well, we can work from home now. So a lot of people moved, and then less people came to the office because a biblical plague had been going on. So they sold half of our office, and it got renovated and sold to someone else. And then 2021 hit, 2022 hit, and they were like, alrighty, show's over, fun's over, everyone back to the office. And we were like, what? We literally don't have desks anymore. like what? Everyone, like, nobody has an assigned desk anymore. We all share desks. Like, what do you mean? And they were like, well, make it work. So, like, they can't mandate my team to go into the office because there literally isn't enough room. If we all showed up at the same time all the time, there wouldn't be enough room for everyone. So, thankfully, we're saved by bureaucracy. But we still, we still go in so we can meet up and sync with everything like that. And previously, I've been taking costly lifts into my office. I would have to pay oh, about $50 to $60 to $70 each way. So a total of like $100 to like $140 a day for commuting, which, like, if you're doing the math, and I understand you're watching one of my videos, you might not be big on math. That's a lot. And it's too much. So I was like, okay, I do need a car, but I also was very aware of my position, where I was like, well, I have the means to basically just like wait until the right opportunity arises, because one of the big things is I didn't want to lease a car. I was like, I just want to pay for one in full. So I want to either save up to afford a car and buy it outright, or I wanted to be able to just like find a cheaper one. Basically, just want to keep my options open. I knew I wasn't going to be using a car very often, and I'm also not a car guy. So I was like, well, let me just get something that works, and then just we'll move from there. I don't need to, doesn't need to go too crazy. It just needs to work. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, what the fuck is your mechanic again? I don't. Does that have to be from range? Can I do this? Wait. What if I just... No, okay, hold on. Okay, well, that doesn't seem to work either. Great. Anyway. So I was like, okay, well, I'm lucky enough where I don't have to immediately get a car. Like, I'm not going back 5 days a week. So let me just pick and choose. And then I waited, and then that opportunity came up. So because of that, I basically didn't have a car for 5-6 years. And my insurance had a real problem with that. Also, just not to beat a dead horse again. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What do you mean Minotaurmon like drinks from a vase and then starts shooting stronger? What does that have to do with Minotaurmon? What the fuck are you talking about? This is so clearly just like a reskin of a different Digimon, or a different like monster. There's no way, dude. Oh my god, this sucks. I don't want to die here. I don't even know how hard he hits now. I'm scared. Crush Claw for the win. Let's go. Did he heal when he did that too? I think he did. Oh my god, you're so annoying. Oh, can I... Hold on. I want to talk about something. Well, we'll talk about it after. Anyway, so that was the story. So the first step in the story was I had to get my car insured. So I did what I think is sane and rational. And I was like, okay, previously, I went to these people to get my car insured. I'll go back to them again. I had a good experience with them last time. My dad had a good experience with them. I have nothing to really set off any alarm bells. And then I won't rehash the whole story, but the TLDR was that it took a fucking month when it shouldn't have. It should have taken a fucking week. So that was, and then it culminated in that I went to go register my car. I'm sorry, I went to go get a sticker for my car. And I like go through part of the inspection, and then they're like, hey, come over here and look at this. And my plate just wasn't in the system. And literally in that office, I had gotten an email being like, hey, your payment has gone through for your insurance. And I was like, that's weird, because I finalized it a fucking week ago. They only give you a week to get your car inspected, so it's a good thing I got this out of the way. So they did that, and then, oh my god, you're so aggravating. You're so fucking aggravating. You're so annoying. So I was like, okay, good thing I got this out of the way. But then he comes in, he's like, it's not in the system. And I was like, and the guy ends up calling like a support line, and they're like, yeah, it's because they don't have insurance. And I'm like, how could I not have insurance if I got my car registered? That doesn't make any sense. And then they were like, well, you know, it is what it is. I'm like, all right. So I just left for the day. And I was like, I guess that's today. So that was the longest I could go without getting an inspection. Like it was the final day. So I kind of just went, well, if I get pulled over, I have a pretty good excuse. I can probably get out of it at least once if it happens. I didn't get pulled over because I didn't drive. But I finally went back to go for the sticker today because I was like, surely the insurance thing is done at this point. Like, surely it's just gone through and we won't have any more issues. So then, but you know, I'm sane. So I was like preparing for the worst. I was like, I'm going to go there and there's going to be some fucked up problem. And I was right. So I go, I get it again. The guy's going through it again. He's like, hey, not in the system. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? What do you mean it's not in the system? And then he was like, hold on. Because while he was doing my car inspection, he was also on the phone with someone. And at first I was going to be like, that's rude, you know, but I'm like, whatever, it's your mechanic shop, you can do whatever. But he was on the phone with a door alarm company. And I quickly realized why. It was because the back door to the garage, the alarm was broken. So like, even if he had the door closed all the way, the alarm kept going off. So he was trying to solve that. And honestly, from a human standpoint, I was like, that's fair. I was like, all right, man. I don't blame you for that one. Get that sorted. It's kind of annoying. So I was like, that's fine. But he was like, but he was on the phone. So he was like, do you want to call the number that I called last time while I'm on the phone? And I'm like, I guess, because I'm doing this on my fucking lunch break, not eating. I'm fucking trying to go through the insurance debacle. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, fine. So I called the number, and they give a couple different options. They were like, one of the options was like, press 3 for like inspections. And I was like, okay, that sounds right. And there was another one that was like, press 1 if you're with the customer right now. And I'm like, well, technically I'm not with the customer, so I am the customer. But I was like, okay. So I dialed 3 first. Nobody picked up for like, this is embarrassing, but I was like, I dialed 3. Nobody picked up for like 20 seconds. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm calling number 1. So like, I knew I had to call the one that's like, you know, urgent. I was just like, even in the shop while like this is happening, I'm like, well, it's not an emergency. I'm like, yeah, but I should get this shit done. So I hang up, call again. I call number 1. And I get someone immediately, which I'm like, awesome. Okay, so it truly was useless to call the other number. So I'm on the phone with someone, and I'm like, hey, here's what happened. And I explain what's going on. And they're like, okay, let me look up your stuff. And they look it up, and they look it up, and then they're like, huh, yeah, that's weird. It seems like you're registered. And I'm like, I know, because I went through this last time I was here. That like my registration went through. And then they're like, hold on, let me check another thing. And then she like taps away for a little bit. And then she goes, have you... Oh, is this somewhere where there's like a broken wall somewhere? Are they going to keep respawning? I like vaguely remember there being like a broken wall with Mummy Mom, but I can't remember it that well. But yeah, she's like, let me try something else. And she was like, can you give me your VIN number? Or your she said VIN number, which doesn't make sense. It's like ATM machine, because it's like vehicle identification number is what VIN stands for. So then she was like, can you give me your vehicle identification number? And I was like, yes. And I started listing it off, and she's like, yeah, okay, I see what the problem is. We have a different vehicle identification number listed. I'm like, okay, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Because I have it on my registration. So like, how are we going to fix this? And she's like, here's what you need to do. You need to call this number. And as soon as she said that, I like physically recoiled. Where I was like, what the fuck do you mean I have to call another number? I didn't say that. I politely went, okay. I was thinking it. She was like, you have to call this number. Tell them you have an Atlas failure. I fucking missed the weapon. I was going to wait until I beat them. She's like, tell them you have an Atlas failure 8, because that's the error message that records it. Atlas is the system that the inspection uses, which I learned because I looked it up on the terminal while I was fucking waiting. But they were like, you're gonna have to look at... Oh, I already have a beam magnum. We're fine. You're gonna have to look at... Or you're gonna have to call this number. Tell them that you have an Atlas... you have an Atlas failure 8. I'm like, okay. And like, can you give me the number? I didn't have a pen and paper, so I was like, can you... And I put her on a speaker, and I was like... She gave me the number again, and this is how she says the number. She was like, okay, it was like 855... No, 856. And I'm like, what do you... aren't you reading it from somewhere? So she gives me the number. I get it down. I double check that it's the right number. And she's like, yes. I'm like, okay. So then I call it. And what I get when I call it is, hello. I have to pause the game for this. I'm going to get it wrong. It's an automated voice, and it goes, hello. In the upcoming election, would you vote J.D. Vance for president? Press 1, or president as in the Republican Party? Press 1. If you would vote for Mark Kelly in the Democratic Party, press 2. If you would vote for a third party candidate, press 3. And I'm like, I'm not doing any of that. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I called the fucking registry. What is this? And I'm so fucking mad at this point. And there's like a small part of me trying to give the benefit of the doubt where I'm like, I mean, it is like a public, it's like a public thing. Maybe they like need to take like a census data. I was like, no, that's stupid. So I called them back, and I got a different person this time. I explained it again, and I was like, by the way, I just called this number, and it ended up being like a she didn't sound like she believed me, but I was like, I called this number, and they said it was like a, oh, you motherfucker. They said it's like a survey or something. I was like, that doesn't seem right, so I'm calling back again. And oh, this fucking blows, dude. I was like, so I'm calling back again, and she was like, okay, what's the can you give me the vehicle registration or vehicle identification number again? And I'm like, yes. So I gave the number, and then, but this is the problem, is that this is not self-identifying information, but there are letters in my vehicle identification number. Much like algebra, letters are pervasive throughout the world of numbers. But so when I was reading it off, I like read it off. I just said the letters. So it was like SUBCRIBIETOWRATHOFZALIS. Like I was saying it like that, and then they kept like repeating it back, and they were like S is in Sophie, or S is in Sophie, and I was like, yeah. And it's like U is as in uranium, and I'm like, yeah. And it's like, and then they were like, and then did you say Q as in quail? I'm like, no, I didn't say that. You said that. So then I was like, okay. And we finally got it through. And then she was like, yeah, that's not the number that we have here. And I'm like, I know. Well, and then I was like, I know. And she's like, okay, can you repeat it again? And I'm like, I guess. So I repeat it again. And then she says, hey, sorry, can you say it one more time? So I've said the number 3 times now. And it's like a 20-digit number. And I'm like, starting to crash out a little bit. But I said it so many times, and like, she had me repeat myself. And then she got one of the letters wrong. And I was like, no. So then, finally, she's like, okay, so we have that number. What you need to do is you need to go back to the inspection person. And I didn't tell her that I'm like, I haven't left. I'm literally in the garage right now while the guy is on the phone with someone. But I'm literally like, she's like, just tell them that they need to manually enter your vehicle inspection number. And I'm like, what the fuck do you, like, I obviously didn't say this part, but I was like, what the fuck do you mean the answer was just manually enter it? Like, I'm so fucking mad. Like, how did the first lady not know this? How did the mechanic not know this? Like, does this never come up? Like, this is crazy. And I was like, okay. So, I go back to the guy. He's like half listening. And he tries to, I should say, the lady did tell me why. She goes, like, they're going to try and scan something in your car, and it seems like it's giving the wrong number. So he did try and scan it when he tried it again, and it showed up as the wrong number. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, yeah, you're going to manually enter it. So he figured out how to do it, and he did it. And then he continued with the inspection. While he's doing that, I leave the garage, not because he asked me to. He seemed fine with me there, which I was like, you shouldn't be. But I left the garage because I was like, there's signs everywhere that say for insurance reasons nobody should be in the garage. I think I mentioned this in part 2 where I'm like, he let me in pretty easily. But I was like, I don't want to be in here. So I just like walked to the edge of the garage like door and was just kind of like hanging out on the side. And then I went on a little side quest, another side quest besides the census taking, where I went to or I was just like kind of standing there. Guy pulls into the parking lot, and he goes, "Oh shit, Battlehawk A! Oh my god, that's crazy. I thought you could only get that as a drop from beating the final boss." But he pulls in the parking lot, and he looks to me and he goes, "Hey, what's today's date?" Which is an absolutely fucking bananas thing to ask someone. I'll say it. It's an absolutely psychotic thing to ask someone. Hey, what's today's date? What the fuck do you mean? What is today's date? It's what do you fucking mean? There's so many ways to find that information besides asking a person. But I was like, okay. I didn't know it off the top of my head. I knew if I like thought about it. But I just checked my watch and I was like, it's August 4th. And he goes, the 4th, right? And I'm like, yeah. And then he drives away. That was the entire interaction with that guy. And I'm like, what the fuck just, what, already in like a crazy day. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Why did he ask me what the fucking date was? And like, nobody else saw him. It was just me. And I'm like, wait, what? No, wait. And I think my operating assumption was, I'm like, that probably was a time traveler. Which good for him, I guess. He did kind of drive away with the same energy as like, good, there's still time. So I don't know what was going on there. So I go back in, and the mechanic finishes up, and I go, and he goes, okay, so I think I talked about the muffler before. But he's like, your muffler probably needs to get fixed, and your wipers are bad, like really bad. And he does the thing where he holds them up and he like shows like it's not supposed to be doing that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Because I'm like, yeah, sure. And he was right. I mean, I just tried to use the wipers, like, I want to say, before, I guess I'd used them a little earlier, and they didn't work super well. So I was like, I knew I need to get new ones. And he's like, I'll replace the wipers for you right now. I'll pass the sticker, but just come back and we'll get the muffler fixed. And I was like, all right. And he like offered to do it right away. He was like, you got anywhere to go? I'm like, I probably should come back. I was like, how long will it take? He's like, an hour. And I was like, I should probably go. I am on the clock right now. Technically. But then, so he was like, okay. And then he swaps the wipers out. We finally go to pay. And the thing with the inspection is that you have to pay in cash for some reason. So I had brought the $40. The cost of the inspection is $35. By the way, the fact that in 2026 you need to pay cash, psychotic. My state needs to get its shit together. But it was like, but I prepared for it. Like I knew it was going to come up, so I was like, okay. And he was like, okay, so your total is going to be like $85. And I was like, oh, wow, pretty. I didn't say it, but I was like, expensive wipers, interesting. But it's like, all right, whatever. Like I at this point, I'm like, I don't even fucking care, dude. Just get this over with. So I pay for the. Or I'm like, can I pay for the inspection in cash and then pay for the wipers with card? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. So then I give him the $40 cash. Oh, I'm not paying attention. So I give him the $40 cash, and then I use my card. And I'm kind of expecting, because I'm like, it's $35 for a sticker. I gave you $40. Like I'm expecting it. And he finishes the card transaction, gives me my receipt, and he goes, there, you're all set. And then I'm like, I wait for like a second, and then internally I'm like, all right, man, come on. Like, I'm not going to ask for the $5 back. I'm like, literally, like, at this point, I'm just so like, whatever. Like, but I'm, come on, man, you know what you're doing. Like, you're not pulling this over on me. Like, really, dude, come on. But I'm like, oh my God. But it's over. I got my sticker. I can legally drive to work tomorrow, which I can't fucking wait, dude. All of this so I can go into the office. A place I don't want to go. Great. Okay. So this is obviously, we're obviously in the save state here because I don't ever want to have to do this again. So here we go. Ooh. Soulless Digimon continues to fight as a skeleton. Same. Oh, neat. Okay. Seems to be going pretty fast. I don't like these on all fours. Okay. Alright. Can I hit that missile out of the air? It is funny that they do... No, I can't. It is funny that he does less damage than Blossomon. Or less damage than Mammothmon. Get wrecked, idiot. I am going to get wrecked. Oh, I didn't want to heal twice. My healing is so expensive now. I think I'm remembering now. I actually do think that Skull Greymon is easier than both Blossomon and Mammothmon, which doesn't make any sense. Okay. If I'm going to say that, I should not die. What really cool thing about these bosses is they really have just, like, one mechanic. Which I think is cool and brave. He's just firing shots. I love that he gets iframes when he fires his shots. That's really neat. Or I love that you have to be so close. I can't believe that one still hit me. Oh, never mind. Sorry. You need to be close, but not too close. I guess I should just use MP here? Why is he charging so fast now? Okay. Alright, wait. He might be one of the easiest bosses of all time. Come on, man. You get stunned out of your attack? That's crazy. Come on, no way. I don't even fire that fast. Getting my my petty fire skill ups in. I almost had time to heal and still prevent his attack. Alright, well. Once again, what a riveting boss fight. Wild. So fucking wild, dude. Okay, well, let's heal up because I'll forget later. All right, what goodies will I find here? What me as a player just beat a boss? What rewards are you going to give me, game? Are they going to be? Is it going to be like a bunch of money to go spend on upgrades? Is it going to be some equipment? Like, it doesn't even have to be equipment that I like currently need, but it's certainly, we're in the second area, right? It certainly won't be starting equipment. That would be crazy, right? You wouldn't do that to me, right, game? I made the joke when he gave me a fucking ether. No, dude. You've got to be kidding me. Less than $100, maybe more. I didn't see the 50. And 2 MP healing potions or discs. Nice. Also, not to really hit the game harder than it needs to be hit already. They are called discs and they're pills. Do we want to talk about that at all, or are we just gonna all kind of accept it together, I guess? Okay, sure. All right, yeah. Great, dude. Hey, you just beat you just beat the boss of the second area. Surely you can upgrade your equipment beyond, I don't know, the starting equipment. Surely there's a new weapon available, because this is a game that came out long, long after weapon pools had been established, right? So, like, obviously we'll be able to upgrade our weapon. It would be silly not to. Like, you would think that once you pass like a certain point in the story that the shops would just automatically upgrade with like second tiers of all weapons. They wouldn't have like, I don't know, 20 versions of the same weapon. That'd be crazy. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Hey, any crush? No? No, okay. Any new guns? Nothing? Just only... Okay, yeah. The cool thing about having multiple weapons available in a game is when the game punishes you for not choosing the right weapon. When it's like, hey, you can use that weapon. We're not going to help you at all if you do. In fact, we're going to punish you for using it. I hate this game so fucking much. It's so aggravating. It's not a good game. All right. Still don't know why a double rapier is stab and not crush, but what do I know? It just gets so grating. Like, it just starts to really, really piss me off. It's like, I understand the game is short if you, like, run through everything. I get that. But it does feel mildly insane that, like, so much of, like, your first playthrough is locked behind, like, just arbitrary different difficulty modes and stuff like that. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing here? This is ridiculous. Oh, I hate this so much. It pisses me off so much. It's a game about loot. You drop so many weapons and so much armor. And instead of me being able to just be like, oh, you know what? Let me try this new weapon since it's here. I can't even fucking do that. Because you just like... Because you need skills to use the increased weapon. Why do you need skills to use the weapons? I don't fucking know. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why does this... How come when you get a new weapon or when you get a new skill, it has to take, like, I don't know, like the same amount of XP to get the first 10 levels as it does to get the next, like, 50? I don't know. Who the fuck made this game? It's bad. I don't think I'm gonna buy the Brave Core. I think I'd rather have the one with more slots. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But I'm almost done. In like 30 minutes, I'm fucking free from this game. I'm done. And, like, you know, you say people will keep... I want to clarify, too. Some people might be like, oh, Nick. Nick. You think you can trick me with your reverse psychology about making me like the video and commenting the video? No, motherfucker. No. Any other video series, yes. I would be like, whatever it takes. This video series, no, dude. Release me from my fucking torment. I don't want to play this anymore. I'm not having fun. I don't feel accomplished. I'm going through the fucking motions. And the only reason this isn't taking me like 4 times as long is because I have Gallantmon. And then even then, I'm using like the best Digimon in the game. And there's like no power increase. It feels exactly the fucking same. I hate it here. It's awful. I cannot wait to be rid of this game for the rest of my life. Like, why would I ever... Like, there's no incentive. Why would I play it? Also, this is what I was going to say earlier, and I was like, we'll get back to this. And I think I mentioned this in another video, but I truly want to hit home on it. The people who... Because I think I framed it in part 1, where I was like, do you think this game is hard? You know, or did you think this game was hard? Did you enjoy it? Things like that. And the thing that started annoying me was the people who were like, the game's not hard. You just have to grind over and over and over again. I'm like, if you have to grind, then it's hard. It means that you, like, if you have to grind, it means that normal progression has failed. It means you can't just go, like, at the, like, just to the next story beat. You have to stop, grind some XP before you can, like, have a fighting chance the next one. That means it's hard. That's what that means. I'm not saying, like, you know, it's impossible. I'm saying that if you have to grind for it, by definition, it's hard, or you'd be doing it at level fucking 1. It's not crazy. And then the other thing was like, yeah, I never thought this was hard. Me, my brother, my cousin, my friends, we would play this all the time. We didn't struggle with it. Yeah, motherfucker, because it's a multiplayer game, and you're playing with friends. You played it as the way it was designed. But then instead they were like, oh, let's throw single player in there. That'll be fun. Hey, do we want to balance single player at all? Nah, no need. No, just if they can't play well, then just have to find a friend. Yeah, easy. So like those two sects, the people who are like, yeah, I played with a bunch. I said sects, SECTS. It did sound like I was making a two genders joke. The two genders. I played with friends and I grinded. But I do think if your response to is this game hard, if your answer was either of those, you are not engaging with this conversation in good faith. Or you could just say, I never found it hard, but I can see watching you, or I can see how playing by yourself might be more difficult. That's all. I just want an acknowledgement, okay? I just, like, I have another pet peeve about, and this is not exclusive to this game. I am a firm believer, and this is all RPGs, whether it's action, whatever kind of RPG you're playing, whether it's a tile-based one, turn-based, action, does not matter. If you, how do I put this? When you first go to an area, it makes sense for random normal enemies to take multiple hits. When you are finished with said area, you should be one-shotting those enemies. If you're playing correctly, that is how it should work. I'll give you an example. You're playing Pokemon. If the wild Pokemon are taking you 2 hits to kill, even with like super effective damage or something like that, by the time you leave that area, you should be strong enough to one-shot them. And same with like Kingdom Hearts. If you're going through and the Heartless are taking multiple hits, you should not, by the end of the area, you should be able to maybe like few hit them. Like it shouldn't take as long. Like the time investment to fight them should take less time. Digimon World 4 does not abide by this. Digimon World 4, it says that enemies will continue to take maybe 1 less hit out of like fucking 40 to die, and then you'll be fine. But they do not abide by the scaling strength model. And maybe, and it's possible. I'm willing to entertain this. It could be because I haven't gotten a fucking weapon I can upgrade because I'm still using the fucking starting weapon. Maybe if the game decided that this weapon type existed and maybe decided to drop one or give me one or let me buy one, really give me any form of access to a new weapon, that'd be kind of neat. I would appreciate that, because I'm just left saying, like, if you didn't want me to use this weapon, then don't have me start with it. That's my first thing. Or just make it so each Digimon can only equip like a couple different weapons, and then like this is not one of them for Gallantmon. We have options. Other games have solved this before you. Other games will solve this after you. I don't understand why it has to be a fucking production. Like, I don't understand why I'm still using the fucking starting weapon. And again, it's like, I could change to that dinky, like, axe I had, but this weapon is so much better, even at level 1, because its reach is insane. I don't think the things I'm saying are crazy. Like, I don't want to brag. I have a pretty good grasp of game balance. I have a pretty good grasp of like what would make a game good. I think that honestly, if someone wanted to crack this game open and make a mod for Digimon World 4, I actually think this could be a really fun game. And I'm saying that not in a form of like Stockholm Syndrome. This game is death by 1,000 cuts. There's a bunch of very small, stupid decisions that this game does that could easily be like fixed, or even just like numbers adjusted, pools adjusted, things like that could make this game a lot of fun. They just tightened up the progression, gave more XP, fixed the like weird skill XP issue, maybe even just remove skill requirements entirely and make it like a proper looting game where like, oh, you got a new weapon, here you go. What you need to learn how to use it? No, just use. You picked it up, just use it. Like, I understand it if a game has like level requirements. Like, I'll look to Borderlands as an example because it's strangely enough a similar idea. Oh my god, not one of these. But in Borderlands, when you get a new gun, sometimes it'll be like a level or 2 above you. And you're like, okay, then I'll just hold on to it, and then when I hit that level, I'll use the new gun. And that's easy. That's simple. It makes sense to me. But then in this game, it's like, no, you need like special... It would be like if in Fallout, you have all your different skills in Fallout. It would be like, oh, you can't use that plasma rifle until you have like 65 in the plasma in the energy weapon tree, which like they kind of do, but they do it with like the basic stats, with like the melee ones, which I think makes sense. Melee should have a different restriction, but still, I'm like, I don't understand. Also, feel like I've broken something here. Here we go. Now he's gonna get back up. I just need to not fall at the edge, so I don't think he can hit me from there. Oh, he kind of raised his hand like he was going to hit me. This would be a great time to start leveling my my fire tech, but unfortunately I have the one enemy who gets stronger when they're lit on fire. So yeah, I just think like making it so you can get all the equipment right away. Maybe removing the skill requirements entirely. You could make it level based. That's fine. Maybe making it so that enemies' health pools are like a little bit smaller. He didn't drop anything? He dropped nothing. I did all of that for no reason. Just if you don't want to have a game where you progress by looting, then don't make it so that random enemies drop loot. Why does every boss or like stronger enemy drop me like crumbs? It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. The fucking chest or the fucking boxes had more shit than that Mummy mod. It's just so actively. I've never played a game that feels like it hates its players this much. It's just so. And again, I'm putting more into it than there is. It's not that the game is intentionally hard. It's not that the game is like meant to be like a challenging but fair, like, you know, it's not like your Souls game where like you do better slowly over time and then like it starts to click and you finally like learn the patterns and the moves and stuff like that. No, motherfucker. It's a game that was shot out in 6 months. That they were like, whatever, good enough. I don't feel the heart of this game. I don't feel the soul of this game. Like, I don't feel like they tried to do something here. I feel like they didn't want to make the game. They made the game. It wasn't their specialty. And they were like, good enough. We're done. Is this where I went last time? I don't remember where the area I was last time was. I don't think so. Also, we're heading to where I am right now. I think if I remember correctly, this is the area with like the hidden wall that you need to like hit a switch to not die. Oh, are you Digimon? Cunning Digimon who looks like a spider queen, who some people want to fuck. And I know that because someone recently timestamped a clip of my Time Stranger playthrough. And someone, I think Digimon came on screen and someone said wood. And I went, really? Isn't she like a little too circular around the body? And then someone else, I think it was Deity, who will be watching this video, who commented, shout out to that one random chatter, they're right, or something like that. I'm like, alright. Relax, guys. And like, maybe in the human form, like, you know, kind of milfy, gilfy vibes, but like, I don't know about the spider form. It doesn't do it for me. And I'm not shaming any monster fuckers. It's just that's not the kind of monster that I think I'd fuck. Also, I forgot these little weird ass cactuses that I think attack you when you destroy them. Oh no, sorry, you have to hit them or they'll attack you. Oh, come on, man. What are we doing here? Why? To what end? What do you gain by making me run through that? I don't understand. I hate respawning shit. The plants don't even give XP. It's just like knock it out and then you can run. That's whatever. Now I'm nitpicky. That's fine. I've seen mechanics like that in other games. That's fine. Am I thrilled about it? No, but it just doesn't. I think when I play games, one of the things I like to do a lot is I'm like, what did they want to happen here? Like, from a game design perspective, you introduced something. How do you want your player to interact with it? What do you want the player to feel when they're interacting with it? And I feel like this game doesn't have that. I feel like this game has like, I don't know, what if we put this here? Whatever, sure. Who cares? That's what this game feels like to me. It's just like just throwing random bullshit together and being like, whatever. And then one lone QA tester being like, guys, I don't know about this, guys. It kind of seems like it might be a little hard. And like, shut the fuck up, Frankie. Which is crazy because his name is like Dave. And they're like, okay, guys, sorry for bringing it up. And they're like, Frankie, all we ask is, can you get through it? Is it possible to beat the game? He's like, well, I guess if you like spend time grinding at the Golly Fortress. And they're like, that's good enough. Whatever, fine. Give it a. The kids will eat that shit up. Poor Frankie. I don't want to fight this Tyrant anymore. He takes too long. Ooh, my frames? Hello? Oh. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Kind of feel like Tyrannomon's flame should hit these guys too, but whatever. I'm like, I don't want to destroy this tower because this actually seems like a pretty decent grind spot. So they're not that hard to beat and they give a lot of XP. But then I also don't know that I care enough to not destroy it. I went to destroy that one rock to like give myself some space and it really didn't work. It just, oh my god, like, why does Tyrannomon have so much health? Why? He's just annoying. He just runs towards you, does a small flame attack, and then he's like, did you enjoy that? Oh, was he like tired? Did he just heal when he did that? Also, I don't know how to heal this poison. If such a thing is even possible. I think Tyrannomon did heal. He just stared off into space and now he's healed. Okay, thank God. He didn't heal. I mean, this seems like a good grind spot. Because they don't hit that hard. You can hit a lot of them at the same time. Maybe we'll just run past it for now. Okay. Great. I think this is... We're coming up on the area where the hidden wall is. I think we are. I don't remember this section, and now I'm worried. Okay, it's just them bombing me from the top. That's fine. Okay. My memory is starting to get hazy. I really don't remember this section of the level at all. Can you guys drop like different weapons? Just as like as a goof to management? Like they'll be so surprised. Wouldn't that be funny? I guess not. Okay, we have another one here. All right. Like I'm sure I have to destroy these. No idea what that did. You guys, I'm just gonna keep going. Stay beautiful. Ah, I see. Oh, no, wait, didn't I come from there? Okay. I remember there was like a bunch of cannons, but I don't know if that's in this area. Oh boy. Was it you? No. But close. Oh, wait, here we go. Chief Leomon, seems we need 2 ID keys to open this door and move forward. We think a nearby Digimon should have the keys. However, we got the Skull Greymon key. Maybe it's in the area after this. Okay. I don't know how to get to the next dungeon. I don't think I saw a place where it makes sense. Although I didn't explore everywhere. Oh, cool. They've trapped me on the bridge. It is cool to see all these tech ups I'm getting for using Crush Arm. It's a shame. It'll never amount to anything, but it is neat to sort of do your best. This game drains me so much. I worked a full ass work day today and got my car inspected, and the first fucking thing I did was come home and finish Digimon World 4, specifically because against all odds I did have a follow-up to the fucking car inspection story. And I was like, I gotta do it while it's fresh in my head, obviously. Now I'm playing Digimon World 4 and regretting my fucking choices. Oh, I have no idea where to go anymore. I do like their visual trickery about making the levels look way bigger than they are, even though they're all just like straight lines. Because they just like make the background look really like big and robust. When in reality, the actual like amount of places you can walk on is very, very small, and usually just a bunch of corridors. So that's fun. That's neat. Can't go there. Okay. Oh. Dude, I'm tired. Like, this game makes me sleepy. It's boring. I don't want to play anymore. I want to play something else. That's too damn bad. I don't think I came here before. Did I? No, I did. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Do I have to give up my grinding spot? Probably, right? It would make sense. But I don't want to. Well, have I gone everywhere? Okay, I think I have gone everywhere now. I mean, on the other hand, it's been 50 minutes. I could just stop. And then, like, you know... Oh, wait, never mind. It's right here. I mean, I'll probably stop anyway. Because I hate you. No, because it's about time to stop. And this is a good stopping point. I promised you 45 minutes to an hour. I gave you 45 minutes to an hour. I promised you 4 videos. I gave you 4 videos. I owe you nothing. But anyway, if the series continues to do alarmingly well, maybe I'll play more of it. Maybe after I get through the rest of the anniversary videos, when I feel like I want to spike my blood pressure, I can go back here. I'll say this, and I want you to take this directly. If you continue to watch this, and you continue to like, and you continue to comment, and you continue to subscribe, and in the comments you're like, Nick, please, we want to see more of it. It's such good content to watch you just be mad all the time. I will consider doing it. If you don't, and you're like, hey, Nick, you don't have to play more of this. You're free. Enjoy. I will take that, and I will run with it. I will be like, good. On to other videos. I don't want to play this anymore. I don't want to play it anymore. It's not good. It's... Anyway, think on that. You have a responsibility to my mental health. So wield that power responsibly. And we'll see you in a different video, whether it's in this game or another game. But until then, bye-bye.